Now that I've gone through this, and it's been, about a month now that I've been a happy XR patient, I really believe they're the real deal because they're figuring out the cause. Like now I get why all the other things I've tried didn't work. And if someone is frustrated and so disappointed, I remember driving home after my neurologist appointment and being I was depressed because my neurologist and I both bonded about her getting migraines, and I thought, oh my gosh, if my brain surgeon doesn't know how to solve migraines, then what am I going to do? So I really get there is a frustration with us migraine sufferers because I don't know of anyone else on this planet, and believe me, I have done the research because I've asked. I don't know anybody else on this planet that is doing what XR is doing with really figuring out the cause. Because there's no way I would be feeling this amazing in less than a month. Like I really get that my body had these things wrong with it as far as my hormones, as far as some deficiencies, as far as my diet, my food plan, and food allergies. Like it all matters. I get now that because I've been a compliant XR patient and following what they recommend, why I haven't got one. Like it's fixing the cause. And now it's like the light bulb went on of, oh, no wonder. This doesn't have to be a mystery. Someone's already figured out how to cure migraines, how to solve the problem. And what I really love about what XR is doing is they customize it. So one of the things that I loved that XR shared with me is that if the results came back for my blood work and everything, that they couldn't help me, that they would refund my money. And I thought, wow, that is really of integrity to really know, okay, we're gonna know if we can help you or not. And if we can't, we don't want your business, we don't want your money. And I get now, like they're not only of integrity, but they're very confident because they know how to solve migraines. And the thing that I've learned, and I'm learning some of these scientific words as I go, but the thing that I've learned and witnessed and experienced being an XR patient is they've customized it. They've customized it to Mandy because I'm going to have a different type of migraine than someone else. And that's what I think that no one else is doing. Everyone else, if you go and you talk to a neurologist, you can talk to even Eastern medicine, they have their cookie cutter solution that they think is going to work for a migraine sufferer. And migraines are complex. And XR understands that, and that's why their plan is so customized, and that's why the testing is so important, because they're not just hoping and wishing they're going to help you. They actually know what they're doing and being able to solve and cure your migraines. I was really excited because I never had this type of testing and diagnosis done. So when I got the packet in the mail, I was like a little kid at Christmas, excited because, okay, this could be it. And that's when I went through all the swab testing and the dry blood finger, and then going to the lab and getting my blood drawn. It was really, I felt empowered when I went to my lab and I gave them the list, because I felt like I'm directing you on how to help me because you failed. And so then I could not wait to get my results back. I just could not wait. And XR was really great at keeping me posted and staying in the conversation, communicating as far as getting the results back. And then I'll always remember the voicemail I got from the medical doctor when he wanted to set up an appointment with me, and he left me a voicemail that I just kept playing over and over again of, we got your test results and I know why you don't feel good. And then he said some scientific words I didn't know that I Googled later. But the most, that was so relieving to me to be able to, oh my gosh, this medical doctor knows why I don't feel good. And then my medical appointment with him going over my test results was so eye-opening. Like I started to understand, and he was really good at explaining. He still used some scientific words I didn't know that I wrote down, but he was really good at explaining why I was getting migraines and the areas that we were going to work on with them. The 4 main areas. It was like, Mandy, you could have 4 possible flat tires with migraines. Someone could just have 1 flat tire, meaning it could be their genetics. You could have 2 flat tires. It could be your genetics, and it could be your hormones. It could be your food allergies. And I actually had 4 flat tires. So it was my hormones, my genetics, my food allergies, and my methylation pathways. And that was something that I hadn't even heard of methylation pathways before XR. And now I'm like watching all these YouTube videos about methylation pathways. And so he explained to me how I had problems and abnormalities in all 4 of these areas. And then he explained very clearly what we're going to do as far as your XR plan was solving these 4 flat tires. And it made so much sense. Oh my gosh, I'm in. Like, I've done all this work before with juice cleansing, all these different things. Like, okay, this is strategic. This is not me, crossing my fingers and closing my eyes, hoping and wishing this works and curing my migraines. Like, this is very strategic and scientific with solving my migraines. And then when I started on the plan, when I got my supplements in the mail, I was even more excited to get started. And then I had my appointment with my nutritionist, and I was like, God, this makes sense. Like, I'm working with, I call my doctor with XR a mad scientist, because that's just what I picture him, because he's just this genius man who, really helped explain things and figure this out and be on this quest to cure migraines. And then they set me up with a nutritionist. And I thought that's really cool, because I get that if I was taking these supplements but I wasn't eating right, it wouldn't work. Like, it all needs to work. And that's been just amazing, because I haven't had to guess. And anytime the nutritionist gave me a meal plan that was very, easy for me to follow. And then whenever I had a question for her, like, for example, I had this green powder that I thought was supposed to be healthy, and I took a picture of the ingredients and I sent it to her, and she goes, it has green tea extract in it. I want you to hold off on it right now, because that could trigger a migraine. I thought, this is so cool. Like, I have a resource where if there's any question or doubt I have of anything I'm going to put in my body to really cure these migraines, I'm going to get an answer right away. I really love that the XR plan is natural, and it's about correcting all the things that have been wrong with me since I was 11 years old, probably even longer than that. It just showed up at 11. I love how it's all these natural remedies with food and with the supplements to help me feel better, because I've experimented with so many different migraine drugs that, being a coach, we have to be on. I need to have my brain on. And whenever I would get a migraine, I'd have to take one of my migraine drugs in order to be of integrity with my work. I couldn't coach, because it would just make me lethargic and ugh. And I knew that taking all the Excedrin and all the prescription drugs that I've tried throughout the years, I know it was not only not serving me as far as my migraines, it wasn't curing my migraines, but it was also making me an unhealthy person, because it was showing up in different areas. My energy started to go, lower. It just started I would break out. And so I knew that wasn't going to, solve my migraines and make me healthy. And I was so sick of taking all these different prescription drugs. Many of them didn't work either. I love that my plan has supplements and hormones and diet. And I love that it's natural, and I feel good. I mean, I was in the hospital 2 days before I got my XR supplements. I mean, I hit my bottom. I had the worst migraine I've ever had in my entire life. And I just felt like, wow, I'm so grateful that that this plan was about to start, but I hadn't had my supplements and everything delivered to me yet. And it was 2 days later that I started with XR. And the first day I started, I remember I woke up with a headache. It didn't turn into a migraine, but I woke up with a headache, and I started on the plan. The second day, I still woke up with a headache, and I continued with the plan. And ever since then, I haven't had a headache or a migraine, which is, they didn't promise me that my results would be that fast, but I don't know if it's the hormones, the supplements, the food, the diet, but my body is just really responding fast and well to my plan.